Today is a very special day. It's a day that I've been dreaming of since I was a child. Well, today, that dream finally comes true as I get to experience a car that's so monumental, so polarizing, and so unmistakable. I have been told it's a love-or-hate relationship with this one, but I've been fortunate enough to experience nearly all the cars that ran through my head at night when I was a kid, except for this one. There's so many amazing modern cars out there today, with technology so advanced that the line gets blurred. Are you driving the car, or is the car driving you? It's easy to go 200 miles an hour today. Dodge makes a family sedan capable of 200 miles an hour. We aren't chasing speed records anymore. Some cars just have another dynamic, an intangible something that just tells you through your hands, your feet, and your seat that there's something exceptional about that experience. For me, that's what defines a legend, and here's my chance to introduce a legend. The Lamborghini Countach. I'll skip the metaphoric statement of how I had this car on my wall just like everybody else. But I did, in yellow, in a framed Pirelli ad. But just look at it. It looks raw, deliberate, small, very muscular when you study the bulges. The body design was penned by famed designer Marcello Gandini of Bertone, who actually designed the Mura as well. As a US 1987 model, this car was fitted with fuel injection for the 5.2-liter V12 rated at 455 horsepower. And believe me, this thing is a monster. It's smooth and strong with a growl at any rev. It's not a car that likes to go slow. You can't even release the clutch all the way without being at nearly 15 miles an hour. It's not very easy to drive. You should retain a bit of driving talent if you're going to explore this car's limits. This is before ABS, traction, and stability. So, in the wrong hands it could sting you. And this particular car went through an incredible mechanical restoration with upgraded ignition and exhaust amongst others. A full engine and trans out was performed by the experts at Evans Automotive. They basically built a mechanically bulletproof Countach. At the heart of it, the Countach is not a very complicated machine, just a brilliantly simple one. And this car is likely one of the finest running examples in existence. First time. So just to familiarize yourself with one of the greatest cars ever built, this is the Countach. This particular one is a 5000S, the QV, which is quattro valvole, 4-valve in Italian. But this is a 1987. Some would say this is the pinnacle of the Countach model. Reason being, it was the most advanced, highest horsepower, best electronics, and overall, this is the closest to the original body. You know, the newer ones, the 88.5 and the 89 anniversary cars, all had a whole lot more, a whole lot more bodywork on them. So, pretty neat stuff. Anyway, I want to walk around. This is actually a really unique car, belongs to a buddy of mine.
Woo, woo!
This right here, this was replaced because this was a European bumper. Now, this is a US spec car, but the European, I'll show you a picture of it right now. It's horrible. Because our government is so sweet, they put these crash standards in there. So that's actually been replaced. It is a Lamborghini piece, obviously, but much better look. Pop-up headlamps, most people don't know that. They think these are the headlamps, but then these pop up. This folds forward. In there you've got the original spare tire and most of the braking components. So this is kind of a unique thing about these cars. Pirelli P0s, actually the P0 is probably the most popular and personified with the Lamborghini Countach. 225/50, 15's up front. This rubber is fresh again. 2019 date code, so that's how you know how fresh it is. All original bodywork. I can't find an ounce of paint on it. This stamp down here, Disegno Bertone. So Bertone was the house that actually designed the body. The gentleman that did it, his name was Marcello Gandini. He also penned the Mura, so talk about a big opposite. These rears are amazing. These are kind of almost like an anomaly of the business. 345/35 ZR15. It's about as wide as it is tall. Here's another Euro piece. The American cars had this like bump. Again, I'll try to find a picture of that for you. This is how the European cars work. Nice and flat, proper Countach 5000S. Doesn't say Quattroverole, but it is. Lamborghini. There is a trunk here. Check this out. I've got some stuff in here, but take a look. It's really not bad. Was upgraded here. Obviously Hamilton collection. True carbon fiber, by the way. You can see down here they did modify the mufflers. It is a Quicksilver exhaust system. A definite compliment to this car. But the passenger side is essentially the same as the driver's side. The white leather interior is all original. Well, today's a very special day for me, and I have to thank my friend for making this happen, but I am, for the first time today, and this really makes my tummy look great, but I am driving for the first time ever today a Lamborghini Countach. This is the car that kind of opened my eyes to exotic stuff. I've always loved cars, but this was really like, and honestly I really consider this like the first definitive supercar. I guess arguably you could say the Mira from Lamborghini was also the first supercar, but I don't know. But the neat thing is I'm about to get on the highway here. Car's fully warmed up. We'll talk about that in a second, just about the behavioral characteristics of this car. But I have probably been driving it for, I don't know, I probably had it for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and I don't have words. This crazy thing is probably going to be a pretty boring video, because I mean, I'm almost speechless with this car. One, this particular car is a 1987, so it is a US model, therefore it is fuel injected. So that was the biggest thing. The US cars are fuel injected. They say carbureted in Europe, gave it a little bit better sound, different throttle response, but this one does have a custom Quicksilver exhaust on it, so you still are getting a ton of sound. The Lamborghini V12, so the crazy thing is the architecture of this engine actually started with, I think it was a 350 GT. At the beginning, and they kept this engine all the way through the end of the Murcielago production. So it has just a common sound. I've driven so many Diablos, I've driven countless number of Murcielagos, and never have spent time in a Countach. I didn't know what to expect. There's a lot of stuff that you actually think you can actually expect from a car like this, because everybody's got an opinion. That's awesome. Jesus, the third grader in me is freaking exploding. Here, this is fourth to third on the highway. Good thing we're on a race course here. Man, I hope that audio gets, because that's a big deal. Just lumbering along in fifth gear. I'm going a little over the speed limit. But this is comfy. I mean, I've got the windows cracked. I suppose I could close those. I'll try that one later. We're actually going to get on the highway here. It's a pretty smooth, nice long ramp too. only seen videos of this car driving, and I know that the suspension articulation right now looks exactly how it feels. Wow, the grip, the steering, this is awesome. All right, 4,000 RPMs, top of second gear, here we go. But I'm not even watching for cops today. On the racetrack, of course. It's funny, I'm in such like an elated mood right now. It's like I don't even care if I get pulled over. I'll get a ticket that says 1987 Lamborghini Countach on it. I won't pay it just so I can keep the original. I've actually never had a speeding ticket. That is not a joke. No, I don't know how. So well sorted, the alignment's great. The cool fucking thing about this car is you feel everything it's doing. Everybody bitches about that. I get that Ferruccio made trackers. You do feel everything, it's deliberate, but it doesn't feel like you're gonna break it. It just feels good, it's energetic, it's smooth, it's torque, sound, feel, look, all of it, man. This was the golden age. I'm telling you, there was a massive thing in the 80s. It's like it was the resurgence into modern sports cars. Just the look and outrageousness of this car. I remember thinking, like, as a kid, I'm like, God, that car's got to be tough to drive just looking at it. Actually, I thought that till this morning. Now I'm head over heels in love. I'm absolutely in love with this thing. I knew I was going to like it because, one, it's a Lamborghini Countach. How could you not? And, man, the blind spots are brutal. Just go faster than everybody else. You don't have to worry about it. You know, I honestly thought it was like, you know, James May said, don't meet your heroes. Well, I thought this was going to be one of those situations. That's not the case. Now, I will say this. I know for a fact that this car was not only serviced, but serviced to be a driver. Evans Automotive does such a great job. They modernized the car. They put a modern ignition in. They put a much beefier clutch. You know, this is a very deliberate, you know, people bitch about the shifter. I don't. Yeah, it takes some muscle to use it, but you know exactly what gear you're in. Boom, you gotta pop it in there. This is heavenly to me. It's crazy too, it's actually really comfortable. Like I'm just under 6 feet. Just under 6 feet, so I do fit. I don't know how my buddy Steve fits, but you know, my head's here. There's very few cars that my head hits on. The seat, you know, there's no backrest function. You can like tilt it back kind of on a recline, which is where I'm at right now, and it's awesome. I mean, the pedals aren't bad. I mean, they're offset, but I'm used to it all the way on the left on a Viper, so it's kind of the opposite of that. I do have my driving shoes on today, which you need. A gigantic thank you to Steve, Tommy, and Natalia over at the Hamilton Collection for letting me take this old gal for a stroll in the town. This is an absolute car to be treasured, and it's great to see a car like this in the right hands. It's going to be enjoyed for decades to come, and that is the best life for an Italian exotic. This was an absolute blast. Until next time.